Hi, this is Dr. Z again for one last video series. Now that you've had a chance to look over the group project assignment prompt, let's spend some time reviewing some of the most significant aspects of it in order to better prepare you for the work ahead of you and your fellow group members in the coming weeks. As you open up the group project assignment prompt, the first thing to draw your attention to is that for this assignment, you will be working in groups of usually 3 students, but sometimes 2 if the situation warrants it. Unless your instructor has indicated otherwise, you will be assigned into groups for this assignment in order to avoid any unnecessary delays or extra work for you at this busy point in the semester. Your instructor will usually either post your group assignment via ENGL or send you an email to inform you of your group assignment. The purpose of the assignment is for your group to collaboratively critique a business website of your choice and then prepare an informal report to suggest improvements to the website presented to the website company's improvement committee utilizing a memo type format and features. One of your first tasks to complete as a group will be to select a website to critique, preferably representing a small or medium-sized business and one that could use some improving. The site and business must be real and presently online, and one you are reasonably certain will be completely accessible for the duration of the class. If you scroll down the assignment prompt, you will see a list of questions you can use to get a good idea on what type of issues you will want to consider and critique when investigating the website your group has selected. Notice that you will be looking for how effective and usable the visuals, design, navigation, links, and content are working to aid communication, as well as the textual and written elements of the web pages. Later, we will see that your group will be required to provide advice and evaluation about a variety of the issues listed above. Before we go into more detail about the assignment's general requirements, however, it might be good to follow the sectioning of the assignment prompt and say a few words about how to divide the responsibility for your tasks among your group members. First, you can decide exactly how to structure your group and whether or not you wish to elect a group leader or not. If there is one thing we do strongly advise you about, however, it is that you divide the group project tasks in such a way that all group members share the labor of all stages of the project. Do not assign tasks in a linear fashion where group members perform roles much like runners of a team in a relay race, with one person doing one part of the project and then handing it off to the next team member, and so on. You might be asked to work in a team structure such as that at some point in time, but we would like you to experience a more pure form of collaboration where all members share in all the stages of a group project. The general requirements section of the website critique and redesign memo is found next in the group project assignment prompt. This is an important section to refer to when checking to see if your group has fulfilled the requirements of the assignment before turning it in. The first 2 categories are requirements per group member. You will see that each group member is required to provide 2 significant suggestions for improvement and 1 visual. The next requirement The first 2 categories are requirements per group member. 2 significant suggestions for improvements and 1 visual per group member is required. The next requirement is for the entire assignment. there should be at least one comment included in the whole assignment about visuals per group member, one about page layout and design per group member, and one regarding a textual or rhetorical issue per group member. So what you can do to figure this out is just multiply all those things times the members in your group. So for instance, if you have 3 members in your groups, you could move right back to the first requirement, at least 2 suggested significant improvements, and multiply that times 3. So 2 times 3 equals 6. So you need at least 6 suggested significant improvements for a group of 3. The next one, 1 times 3, you would need at least 3 visuals for a group of 3, and so on. All of those seem fairly clear, but let's clarify what is meant by significant improvements or suggestions, which group projects need to have 2 of per group member. Significant improvements or suggestions should be considered basically things that are more complex in nature than simple basic type errors or superficial problems that can be remedied without much effort or thought. Things such as correcting a typo, or things that are minor in scope and effort would be insignificant. Significant changes would be things that would take at least a considerable amount of effort. If you are unsure about this, you can always consult with your instructor. The next section, Project Components, provides a more global overview of the group project and all of the individual sub-assignments you will need to complete within the scope of the entire project. As you see, there are 4 total documents to complete, including the website critique memo itself and the cover memo you will write for your instructor. The other 2 assignments are DAs, or daily assignments, but very significant nonetheless, as so many DAs this semester are. The first, an informal proposal memo, is the initial document you will compose as a group for your instructor to identify the website you plan to critique, as well as to present some of the issues you see with the website in order to test whether the ones you are focusing on are of appropriate complexity for the assignment. The last document of the project, the group evaluation memo, is the only one you will draft and complete individually. Through this document, you will evaluate all your group members, including yourself. Your instructor will use these evaluations to adjust and determine your individual grades on the group project. We scroll down to the bottom of that section, we see that your group project is worth 100 points, or 10% of your semester grade.